Oh, lola.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So our group today will present about purification in Islam. So what is the definition of purification? In dictionary, purification means an act of removing an unwanted substance from some things. From example, your clothes getting dirty, so you wash it, you clean it. So the act of washing the cloth is the same definition as purification. You purify the cloth from dirtiness. So the Arabic words for purification is tahara, which means purity. In Islam, cleanliness is the most important thing in our daily life. Everything needs to be clean, from when we go to sleep, when we want to eat, everything needs to be in clean state. Same goes as if you want to go to pray, you need to be in clean state. Before pray, we need to take wudu, and if you have hadas besar, you need to do mandi wajib first. Mandi wajib is an act of ritual cleansing, they call. That's all. Not only that, purification is not just about physically cleaning. It is about our spiritual cleaning. And it is not just about cleaning ourselves, it's about our environment also. The environment that we live must be clean state also. Our house, our bed, our dining table, our chair need to be free from najis. What type of najis? There are three types of najis that my friend will explain after this. But the common najis that we all know is najis muhalazah, which is pig and dog. And the environment that we live must be free from that type of najis. Allahu alam.
Hello, hello. Yeah. So I will be
Amigos,
presenting.
please open your camera.
What?
Camera. Open the camera, and also from the presentation, you may to click presentation.
Camera. Wait.
Camera, and after that, when go to the Canva, you may click. You can see the, yes, it's like that. Okay. Okay, go to the Canva.
Can you see me, sir?
Yes, can. So to Canva. Okay, bottom you can see page 44, and then you can see they have four items there.
It's 5 items.
No, at the bottom, near to the clock.
Oh.
Okay, and then click that one. Yes, full screen. No, full screen.
Full screen.
Oh.
Yes, that is how to present. Yes, it's more easier to zoom. Yep.
Can you see all of it, Doctor?
Yes, can. Yeah, you may proceed.
So I will be presenting the importance in purification. So the first point is purification is important because it is the cleanliness in the pathway to health and strength. Islam wants a healthy and strong Muslim society which is capable of understanding and applying Allah's message and carrying it away to the whole world. And then the next point is purification is also important to keep healthy and able to perform ibadah perfectly. So if we are unclean, then we cannot perform it at all. Muslim can also show the great character and act as a role model to others. So if we are dressed clean and perfect, so everyone can view us and take it as a role model. So overall, purification is essential in our daily life. So that's all for me. So we do the next part, which is categories of water. So the first category of water is that mixed with a pure substance, which is like soap, sand, rust, and leaf that can make the water pure and can be used to perform wudu, especially. So the next is mixed with the impure substance that cannot be used to perform wudu, especially such as urine or blood. If the impurities are such of a small amount that neither the smell, taste, or color of water has changed, it remains pure and suitable for purification. If there is an alteration in one of these three, it has become impure and is not suitable for purification. So the third one is what remains in the container after drinking. Water left in a glass or dish after any human being, Muslim or non-Muslim, has drunk from it is pure. The same is true of that drunk by cat and most other animals because their saliva is not impure. But what is left after drinking by a dog or a pig is impure and should be avoided. This can be concluded that if the animal like cat, the water still can be used to perform purification, but if a pig or a dog drink that water, the water cannot be performed, especially to perform wudu. So,
okay. The next one is types of najis. There are three of type of najis, which is najis mukhaffafa, the light one, najis mutawasita, the medium one, and najis mughallazah, and the extreme one. For the najis mukhaffafa, which is urine of boys aged less than 2 years old and fully breastfeed. And for the cleansing method, remove najis and sprinkle water over the contaminated area. For the najis mutawasita, there's apart from the heavy and light najis such as vomit, blood, urine, and so forth. For the cleansing method, remove najis and wash with free flow clean water until achieve absence of appearance, color, odor, and feel. For the last one, which is najis mughalazah, there's dogs and pigs that also include any liquid and object discharge from their descendant and derivative. For the cleansing method, which is remove najis and 7 times of rinsing with clean water, one of which is water that is mixed with the soil. This cleansing method is called sertu.
Okay, to the next part. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Cik Muhammad Darwish Jana Fitri bin Cik Mazuki. You may call me Darwish. Alright, my part is to explain about the 3 types of istihalah. Alright, first, there were 3 types of istihalah. First, istihalah sahihah, that means the exchanging process from the halal materials mixed with halal or haram conversation agent, which results in halal finished product. For example, fish led into the wild, and then a pig fell into the sea, which eventually changed into the salt, and then lastly, plant fertilized with nuts until it produced food. And the second type of istihalah is they call as istihalah fasidah or damage istihalah, a mixing process of halal or haram materials with halal or haram conversation agents, which result in haram finished product. And of course, we are example like grapes, which are fermented and result in harm. And then halal animal being fed with filth. And the last, cake that being baked using apple wine, not just cake or any type of cooking that being add or use any type of wine as one of the ingredient. As we know, many chefs from the Western at the 5-star restaurant, they usually use the apple wine or any type of wine to as a flavor of the to make the food become more flavorous and tasted. And the last one is istihalah mulghah or unaccepted istihalah, a changing process from the haram raw material mixed with the haram conversation agents, which result in haram finished product. So I want to repeat again to make it clear. So istihalah sahihah, if I want to say there are 3 process. First, the input, and then the process itself, and the last output. First, the input must be halal at istihalah sahihah, and then the process or the agent, it may be halal or haram, and it produce the halal product. And for istihalah fasidah, it is maybe or at the input that may be a halal or haram product, and the agent is maybe it's halal or haram product, and produce that can be haram, led to more to be haram. And the last thing is istihalah mulghah, that everything that being changed is haram, the agent is also haram, and of course the output or the end product is also haram. A changing process from the haram raw materials mixed with the haram conversation agents, which result in haram finished product. And of course, there is this thing like if you give a pig, not you are, maybe a farmer that give their pig fed with the filth, always produce the same pig. The pig is haram, and the thing fifth is also haram, and nothing changed is still haram. That's it. Thank you.
Okay. Alright. Next is dalil purification in Quran and Hadith. Sir, I need to read the verse on for Quran.
The best to read the verse.
Okay. Okay, so in Al-Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 222, A'udzubillahi minasyaitonir rajim, wa yas'alunaka 'anil mahid, qul huwa adhan fa'tazilun nisaa fil mahid, wa la taqrabuhunna hatta yatahurna, fa idza tatahharna fa'tuhunna min haitsu amarakumullah, innallaha yuhibbut tawwabin wa yuhibbul mutatahhirin. So in this verse, the purification about in this verse, it tells about the purity, particularly during menstruation. So highlighting the importance of cleanliness in worship. So in the Surah Al-Baqarah verse 120. Next is Surah At-Taubah verse 108. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonir rajim. La taqum fihi abada. La masjidun ussisa 'ala taqwa min awwal yawmin ahaqqu an taquma fihi. Fihi rijalun yuhibbuna an yatatahharu wallahu yuhibbul mutatahhirin. Okay, so in Surah Taubah verse 108, Allah loves those who purify themselves. It refers to a mosque built, which is a Quba mosque built on piety and cleanliness, showing the cleanliness is important in Islam. Okay, next is Sunnah. In narrated by Bukhari, who eat garlic or onion, then send them away from us or break them or out of our mosque. So this hadith that narrated by Al-Bukhari, that's about the Muslim, whoever eats garlic or onion should stay away from the mosque because of the smell of the onion. So the smell, it will disturb the others to perform the prayer. Okay, in narrated by At-Tirmizi, surely Allah Almighty is good. He loves good. God is clean. He loves cleanliness. God is noble. He loves glory. God is philanthropist. He loves philanthropist, then cleanse you of your place and do not resemble Jews. Okay, in narrated by Tirmizi, Allah is good and loves goodness. Allah is clean and loves cleanness. Therefore, Muslims should keep their homes clean and not imitate the Jews, which is not follow the Jews lah. Okay, why not follow the Jews? Because during the Prophet time, Jews, some Jewish communities are not keep clean lah. They're not very good at clean something lah. Okay, so and Prophet said the non-Muslim do not follow the other religion lah, the identity or worship morality something like that. Okay, that's for dalil purification Quran and Al-Hadith. That's all.
That's all from us, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for the great presentation. Well done. So everyone can give icon something like that to this group. That is very impressive. So I can see that everyone prepared very well to present that in the very good presentation, good use English, and also nice the slide. And I hope that you can also share the yeah, absolutely cinema. Okay, thank you so much. Okay.